皆さんこんにちは。今は空港でいます。カメラ前に日本語を話すのは初めてですから少し緊張しています。でも今日のブログはとても特別です。この夏休み1ヶ月日本で、ホームステイしています。Basically, I'm going to go to Japan for a month. Oh my god, I just made eye contact with a stranger. That was, yeah, so I'll be going to Japan for a month, homestaying at a family friend's house and just really trying to absorb as much Japanese culture and language as I can. And みんなもう知っているだけど私は小さいからアニメが大好きですから Yeah, I'm really trying my best here. 一生懸命頑張ります Yeah, so let's go. Hi! So before I really dive deep into my whole homestay experience in Japan, I first wanted to tell you guys my experience with learning the Japanese language prior, because I don't want people to think I just automatically learned a new language within a month, which some really smart polyglot has probably done that before, but that of course is an outlier. A lot of hard work is required in order to learn a language. So, I've been self-studying Japanese on and off since I was about 13 when I was really interested in the culture due to my love for anime and J-pop. I know, she's such a big weeb. In the past 5 years, I did take some classes here and there and finally passed the N3 JLPT Japanese proficiency exam in the winter of 2021. But I'd like to give more context to this, and although I did study, I don't think the title of N3 can capture my fluency level in Japanese, and here's why. If you don't know, the Japanese language consists of 3 alphabets: hiragana, which is used for more standard Japanese, katakana, which is often derived from foreign languages such as kafe, which is cafe, and toire, which is toilet, and lastly kanji, which is derived from Chinese characters. I am from Hong Kong, so I'm fluent in Chinese, therefore knowing how to read and write traditional Chinese characters. Plus, also being fluent in English, I've therefore unlocked the ability to understand katakana and kanji pretty easily, as most kanji have similar, if not the same meanings as in Chinese. Because of this, reading Japanese articles have often been easier for me, and although it is slow, I can still understand the content quite well of any given Japanese writing. Another thing I wanted to talk about are the cognates between Japanese and Chinese, and in my case I'll be using Cantonese. This is low-key turning into a little Japanese lesson, but it's interesting, I swear. There are multiple ways to pronounce a kanji, which is kunyomi and onyomi. So kunyomi is the Japanese way of pronouncing a kanji, and onyomi is more derived from like the Chinese roots of how to pronounce it. So the most basic examples I can give is danmoo, which in Cantonese is dinwa, and tenshi, which in Cantonese is tinsi. So it sounds very, very similar, right? However, kunyomi is totally different. For example, the wa in denwa is also pronounced hanasu. So before I fry your brain with even more Japanese knowledge, because it is a very confusing language at times, my goal this homestay was trying to speak and communicate more, because those were the areas I was severely lacking in compared to my head start in reading, because I knew Chinese and English. So yeah, let's keep going, shall we? So, after arriving to Narita Airport, my host family picked me up and we took the Shinkansen down to Shizuoka Prefecture, which is where I'll be homestaying for essentially the next month. So, my schedule during homestay was pretty much as follows. During the weekdays, I'd have Japanese lessons for 3 hours starting from noon Taking the JR was very therapeutic in a way. Just seeing the scenery while on your way is very cool because in the train system in Hong Kong, most of the trains I take is underground. During the lessons, we'd go through N2 exercises together, and we would also read textbooks or do exercise books for Japanese students. In the beginning of the homestay, we started at around the level of primary 5 and made our way up to first year of middle school by the end, so I'm very, very proud of that. 今は授業終わりました。自分で探検するつもりです。はい、行きましょうか。行きましょう。And then I would spend the rest of my day exploring Shizuoka City until nighttime. On this specific day where I vlogged, I went to a cat cafe. It was really cute and I had a lot of wholesome interactions with the staff as well. 友達になりたい。お、友達。I'd then have dinner with my homestay family where we'd watch a lot of Japanese TV together, which is so interesting in my opinion. And then I'd have the night to myself for self-study, drawing, or reading. During the weekends, my host family would bring me around to the different areas in Shizuoka and just explore what Shizuoka is known for, its green tea, nature, and just being away from the hustle and bustle of a big city. As I said in my Japan travel sketchbook tour, which if you haven't watched, feel free to check out the link in the description, throughout this trip, I really got to rekindle with my inner child again after forcing myself to grow up during college, as well as just getting to learn how to be comfortable spending time with myself and myself only, since other than my host family and my teacher, there was literally no one else I knew there. And let me just say that I underestimated how much wonders touching grass can do to your mental health. There's something about being in nature that is so healing. Maybe it's the nostalgia factor of playing around outside as a kid, or just being away from it all, the work, the stress, and other worries in life. I'm not sure, but I sure did learn to appreciate the color green a lot more now. As my Japanese level is equivalent to a little kid, I also went to a lot of places like the Dobutsu-en, which is the zoo, the Kacho-en, which is a bird park, Suizokan, which is the aquarium, and the Ko-en, which is the park, which were especially pretty as we went during the blooming season of hydrangeas. Is that how you say it in English? The ajisai. Also, since Shizuoka is a prefecture next to the ocean, I also got to see the ocean a lot. Umi honto wa saiko da! I remember anytime I was feeling down or upset during high school, I'd always go and take walks near the promenade because it was my go-to comfort place, and I really think there's nowhere else I love more than the ocean, even though I really hate swimming. It's just very calming, and I really love hearing the sound of ocean waves, I think. Finally, of course, we did some touristy activities. Well, I don't think they're necessarily touristy, but if you're a tourist, there are things you want to do, such as going to the shrine, seeing my luck, which I got normal luck, which is not bad, as well as visiting Mount Fuji. He was naked that day because all the snow melted because it's so hot. We love global warming, lol. But the top of the hill breeze was super nice and I just had a very nice time. And another place that we went to that I really liked was called the Nukumori no Mori in Hanamatsu, which I don't think a lot of people know of. It's a small little architectural village built by Shigeyoshi Sasaki in the 80s, inspired by a European children book-like style. I really felt like that I was in a little storybook myself that day, and of course, because of that, I filled my sketchbook with pages of the cute little houses which I saw around me. Repeating the weekdays and weekends for basically a month, that was my homestay in Japan. So yeah, let's let the Veda in Japan take over, shall we? みんな電車です。今日はとても綺麗だね。天気は、空はピンク、雲はピンク。今日はいい日だね。So I just wanted to catch up with you all in life. So this is my last week in Shizuoka, and it's probably been the most peaceful and relaxing the whole year has been for me, as the name suggests. 静岡確かにとっても静かですから。So yeah, in terms of my Japanese level, I think I got way more confident in speaking. Of course, I still have a lot to work on and I am nowhere near fluent yet. But I realized I started to pick up on little things more and being able to understand Japanese in like life, day-to-day life more, which I think is really good. Although my limited vocabulary still disallows me to express my thoughts fully, I'm starting to comment here and there instead of just keeping my mouth shut all the time. And I've also learned how to be in a new environment alone. Oh my god, there's so many mosquitoes here. And have fun, just not being worried that I'll be looked down upon just because I don't know the language as well. And just embrace being in a new country and exploring. And I think it's something good to have. Like, even though I am a foreigner in this place, doesn't mean you have to think that you won't fit in and you're different to everyone else. And I'm gonna try to take this mindset when I go back too. So yeah, that is it. See you later. Bye. 皆さんこんにちは。私日本の旅行がすぐ終わりますから、少し日本語で話したい。でも私の日本語まだ上手ですから、今たくさんの子供本が読みます。今読んでいるの本はコペンちゃんの本です。この本が大好きです。コペンちゃんの世界に入ってふわふわ、のんびりな感じ、全然ストレスがありませんの世界で入っています。日本語で説明するは少し難しいですけど、頑張ります。今は、大学生ですから、海外で、一人ぼっちの生活はとっても怖いです。ですから大学時に私は絶対に大人になりますと思いました。でもね、今は日本に来て、この本とたくさんの子供の作文を読んで、今はのんびりしたい。大学でいつもイライラしているとても担当がありますから、いつも緊張している、イライラしている。でもね、今本当に18歳だから大人になりましたけど、実は子供です。大人の自分と子供の自分一緒に存在するはできます。大人ですけど、でも自分の心は子供が OK です。はい、私頑張りました。日本語、字幕がありますからもっと字幕で説明しますはい、以上です。今は静岡から東京まで行く、新幹線を乗りますからとても楽しみです。このホームステイの間に、日本語だけじゃなくて いろいろなことを今回日本で学びました。本当にとても楽しかったです。はい、以上や。And with that, I took the Shinkansen to Tokyo, stayed for a little bit, and then shortly went home afterwards, concluding my 1-month trip in Japan. So yeah, I hope sharing my experience with you made you learn a little bit something as well. And that's the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and check out my online store if you're interested. Okay, じゃあまたね。バイバイ。